JF, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. First pickleball lesson. You're experienced in racket sports, right? You're a tennis player?
Yeah, I'm a tennis player. I'm a 4-5 tennis player.
Okay, great.
5-5-0.
Great. So strong tennis player, new to pickleball. And what's like kind of unique about what we're doing today is that even though pickleball can be played in singles, like one-on-one, mostly like when you go out to the park or you go out to the community center or wherever, it's mostly going to be doubles. Okay. So what we're going to do here is sort of like a crash course for you getting into pickleball, and not just singles, but make sure you know how to play doubles pickleball. So when you go out tomorrow, you can go out and play with some guys and have a great time.
Okay,
Cool.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so first things first, you need a paddle.
I guess so.
There you go. There you go. So you'll notice that unlike, say, a tennis racket, which has strings, this is not a racket, right? Rackets have strings as a paddle, so it's solid. It's going to feel a little bit different, but let's not talk about it too much. Let's go like hit some balls.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do just to start is we're going to start from pretty close up together here. No special rules to begin. The fun thing about pickleball isn't the rules, it's like hitting the ball. So we'll hit some back and forth, and you could hit it after the bounce or even out of the air as a volley. Okay?
And normally the grip, does it...
We'll figure out grip as we go. Let's just hit some, you'll figure it out. I know, it takes a minute to sort of get the feel for it. There you go.
Yeah, the non-bounce.
Yeah, and you can play it after the bounce too. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So we can even start something right now. This is like an important difference for tennis players. You'll be familiar in tennis where when you play volleys, you often end up getting sideways and to like lean into the ball. There's a special rule in pickleball. Okay. We're like 30 seconds in, you already learned a special rule. See this area here, this green area, 7 feet from the net? It's called the non-volley zone.
Non-volley zone?
Non-volley zone. Guess what you can't do in the non-volley zone?
You can't volley.
Correct. Correct. So one of the important differences,
but here you can?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And you can even be over it. But one of the important technical differences in pickleball compared to tennis is you're not going to get sideways and step into it, because then you have that infraction.
Okay.
So you've actually got to be able to hit these open stance volleys without moving quite so much. Okay? That's it. Perfect. There we go. Not bad. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, so the amount of footwork, especially on the volleys, is less.
The footwork and
not
step in there, but you can volley over it.
Yeah, because it's a two-dimensional surface, so you can be on above it, but not inside it.
Okay.
Nice. Oh yeah, there you go. Good. Okay, I got some more. Okay, cool. So you're gonna play a lot of volleys as we go, but there's times that we have to hit the ball after the bounce as well, like a ground stroke. So why don't we back up, and we'll just hit a few half court down the line ground strokes. There you go. I know, it feels funny.
Yeah, okay.
So what are you finding out already?
Well, the ball, the racket feels a little kind of dead.
The paddle?
The paddle, sorry, it feels dead.
Yeah.
So it's more like I have to go forward a little more on the ball.
Right.
As opposed, it doesn't really do anything to go up on the ball.
So compared to tennis, where you get so much action off the strings, right? Because the strings act kind of like a trampoline, and the ball just flies. In pickleball, you get a lot less of that, right? So you're gonna have to swing a little bit harder. The other difference is that the paddles are relatively smooth, right? You don't get nearly as much friction as you do with strings in a tennis ball. So the amount of topspin you can produce is a lot less.
That's the main thing I'm noticing
Yeah.
right now.
So let's give the ball like a little more clearance over the net. That's it. Woo! Here we go. Okay. What's that?
The forehand doesn't really work because I feel like, I guess I should think more of a continental grip.
Okay.
Forehand, right?
Right, so this is a really important thing. So you asked right away the question about the grip. So when you, in tennis, right, advanced tennis players will typically use like a semi-western forehand grip, sometimes even further over if they really want a lot of topspin. That doesn't work very well for pickleball, right? Because you don't get that kind of spin, it just goes down into the net. So typically the best grips, when you're hitting forehands at least, is either a continental or even an eastern forehand grip, right? So if your hand's just slightly behind, right, it's not going to be quite as extreme to produce that spin, but it's still like fairly stable. So where your hand's just behind, that nut goes kind of on the flat part, that eastern forehand grip should work pretty well. Let's see. There you go. You got the idea? Tough one? Yeah. There you go. There you go. Nice. So you can see, you can still get some topspin, right? It's just not going to be the same. So you just need to moderate a little bit.